بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. فقال الإمام النووي رحمه الله تعالى: وعنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: من مر في شيء من مساجدنا أو أسواقنا ومعه نبل فليمسك أو ليقبض على نصالها بكفه أو أن يصيب أحدا من المسلمين منها بشيء. متفق عليه. Alhamdulillah, this is Hadith number 223 in chapter 27 that we began last night. This new chapter, which again is titled Bab Ta'zim Hurumat al-Muslimin wa Bayani Huquqihim wa Shafaqati alayhim wa Rahmatihim. The chapter on honoring the sanctity of Muslims and explaining their rights and having compassion and mercy for them. This is the second hadith in the chapter, and this comes from Abu Musa al-Ash'ari radiyallahu anh. And here he narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when any one of you passes by our masajid or marketplaces with a spear, he must hold it by its sharp edge so that he does not hurt anyone with it, anyone among the Muslims with it. The translation's a little bit off. Here it's saying, "Man marra fi shay'in min masajidina aw aswaqina." Anyone who passes by any of the masajid or any of the marketplaces where there are people and they have a spear with them, then he says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Falyumsik," and let him hold it steady, or grasp it by the end where the pointy part is. And you get control of the weapon so that it's not being swung wildly and carelessly among people. He said, lest it hurt anyone among the Muslims with it. So the main lesson of this hadith is to be cautious with items that can injure people. It is a reality, and it's been a reality far longer than it hasn't been. The reality meaning carrying weapons, having weapons, owning firearms and things like this. And we don't have spears, or we don't use spears. So if we look at it by way of analogy, qiyas, we would say that if a person is carrying a firearm, and we're not going to have a conversation about the wisdom or non-wisdom of doing that. But if someone is carrying a firearm and they go into a marketplace or into a masjid or any place like this, it needs to be secure. It needs to be secure. And secure for a firearm would mean two things. Either, number one, the safety is on, or at very least, it is secured by being in the holster. That's the equivalent of holding on to it so it's not pointing here and there and everywhere. So this tells us the importance of being aware of our environment, the people who are around us. If we have any sharp objects, we'll see later on in the hadith that it's prohibited to point a sharp object at a believer, even if it's in play, even if you're just joking around. It's not a joking matter. In the U.S., Second Amendment and all, it's very cherished in this society. And many people grow up in gun culture, where they go hunting, they learn firearm safety at a very young age, they go to shooting ranges, and there are people who don't have any of those experiences, and both of them live in the United States. So there's this sharp divide among people about Second Amendment issues and where they stand with regards to gun culture. But most people throughout the history of America have lived in a gun culture where they are around firearms, learning how to shoot them, learning how to hunt, learning the safety of firearms. And in the gun culture, when you go to a shooting range, the etiquette of handling the firearm and the safety considerations is very high and is taken very seriously. When you move from one place to another, When you're about to shoot, you tell going hot. When you're going down range, you clear the area to make sure no one's shooting down range. There's a lot of protocols for ensuring safety. So it's kind of like that we have safety protocols for anything that could cause damage or harm to a person. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.